Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. In top stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. An Army veteran is facing surgery after being shot while walking his dog on a trail in East Las Vegas. Brandon Liberty spent a year in Afghanistan and now works as a security officer. Last week, his family says robbers shot him in the thigh and shoulder.
And they threatened to shoot him in the head, and then they would threaten to shoot his dogs, and then they would come back and threaten to shoot him again in his head. And he was just taunted that way until he just started screaming for help and screaming just at the top of his lungs until they finally fled.
The family has set up a GoFundMe page to help with medical bills. Lawmakers continue to negotiate a sweeping domestic policy bill that would direct more money to Nevada. According to the White House, the Build Back Better legislation would expand access to affordable housing in Nevada. It would also expand pre-K education and increase Medicare coverage for 71,000 residents.
One of the things that's being negotiated is prescription drug pricing for elderly and seniors. That's being pushed by Representative Susie Lee and Representative Stephen Horsford. 15 lawmakers, Democratic lawmakers who face challenges in the upcoming midterm election are pushing for that drug benefit as part of this plan.
A vote on the legislation could come at the end of the week. In East Las Vegas, police are investigating a house party that turned deadly over the Halloween weekend. According to police, a quarrel at a house party on Beasley Drive started when 5 men were refused entry. They reportedly drove past the house later and fired several rounds, killing a woman and injuring at least 2 others. In health, sponsored by 4M Dental, love your smile again. Today is the deadline for students registering for the spring semester at Nevada colleges to get vaccinated against COVID-19. But as Review-Journal's Renee Summerhour explains, some are refusing. Renee?
Jen, a Facebook group called Las Vegas Freedom of Choice, along with other local and student-led groups, held an anti-mandate rally in front of the UNLV library today. The End of Mandates rally started around 10 a.m. and both sides made their voices heard.
This college is getting paid.
Every shot has a price.
Organizers say they're protesting the vaccine requirement put in place by the Nevada System of Higher Education, which covers 8 campuses, including UNLV. The mandate was passed back in September in a 10-3 vote. Joey Gilbert, Republican candidate running for Nevada governor, says changes will be made if he's elected.
So it's not actually a pandemic of the unvaccinated, it's a pandemic of the vaccinated. That's who's spreading it. Freedom of choice. This is America. No one should have to get anything they don't want to get, and especially when the science absolutely shows beyond a shadow of a doubt that it doesn't prevent infection and transmissions.
Registration opens today and students can enroll without showing proof of vaccination or having an approved medical or religious exemption.
So far, vaccination records for more than 22,000 UNLV students have been completed or are in process. The university is reviewing roughly 950 medical or religious exemption requests. In entertainment, sponsored by DiscoverYourNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada. New ownership for one of Nevada's oldest establishments. The Pioneer Saloon in the town of Goodsprings opened in 1913. Its new owners plan to make it world famous for its saloon food.
Most of this is still original and a historical landmark. Just about 2 months ago, Old Man Liver, a corporation, bought the Pioneer Saloon. And since then, we've gone through some changes, just trying to update the facilities.
That includes a renovation of the kitchen and restrooms. Now to your forecast, sponsored by 1 Hour Air. No matter the season, no matter the reason, 1 Hour's here for you. We're looking at a cloudy night with temps still in the 70s and some light breezes. Should get into the 60s, then 50s overnight. On Tuesday, we're looking at a high of 78 and low of 55 degrees with partly cloudy skies. By Wednesday, highs should heat up to the 80s. We're back to completely sunny skies on Thursday, then highs dipping back to the 70s by the upcoming weekend.
Now to your sports update, sponsored by Station Casino's STN Sports. Download the app and get a bonus up to $500 when you sign up. The Golden Knights injury list continues to grow, as center William Karlsson's name has been added to that list. Karlsson sustained a broken foot in Friday's victory over Anaheim and is expected to miss approximately 6 weeks. The Knights play at Toronto on Tuesday and are already without forwards Mark Stone, Max Pacioretty, and Nolan Patrick, and defenseman Zach Whitecloud. The Golden Knights are 4-4 on the season. Sports betting sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoky and Cigar Shop. The Raiders return from their bye week in sole possession of first place in the AFC West after the Chargers lost to the Patriots on Sunday. The Silver and Black opened as 3-point road favorites over the New York Giants on Sunday night at the Westgate SuperBook. The total is 47.5 for Sunday's game. At BetMGM, the Raiders are the plus 275 third choice to win the division, 22-1 to win the AFC, and 50-1 to win the Super Bowl.
In Business, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. If you noticed a lot of signs on storefronts saying hiring, you're not alone. Many businesses are still struggling to fill jobs.
Either they can't find full-time work, and with gas prices being high, some of them feel that it's just not worth the risk to take an on-call or part-time position.
As you can see from this chart, employed workers, or those looking for work in Nevada and across the country, are still far below pre-pandemic levels at around 60%. In your lifestyle news, trick or treat? Here's a look at the Halloween Ghost Walk at the District at Green Valley Ranch in Henderson. Kids got a chance to show off their costumes and enjoy some spooktacular jams. Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you have a Roku device, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you back here tomorrow for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.